Live from Ittner Architects, this is a special edition of the Kilcoyne Show, Issues in Education.
I had a question about advancing teachers with the grade. There's been some of that where if you teach these kids in first, you go with them to second. This is at some specialized schools in the city of St. Louis. They've tried this. What do you think about that, where they get to really know the kids, or is it healthier to have the turnover? Or is there a number in mind where they did it for a couple of years? You know, your first grade teacher, then you move on to the second grade teacher. Is there any value in that teacher being the same for a number of years?
The only system I've seen is where you followed your kid. You had them for 2 years, then you went back. So you really only had no more than 2. And frankly, I haven't looked at research in the last 10 years on that, so I'm not sure.
Been done in the Jefferson City school districts to some extent, and it depends on the teachers, it depends on the classroom and the whole situation as to whether or not that really makes a lot of sense. And I think that each individual principal has to decide, is it better for those, especially I think that happens in the early grades like K1 and 2. Is it better for our teachers to follow those kids along for another year and to stay with them, or is it better to change it up? So I think it's an individual thing.
You know, there's a big thing, too, in a lot of districts what people don't realize, there's so much mobility that from one grade to the next, new students coming in, that takes away the effectiveness. The other thing is if you have a great teacher, then parents love it. If you have a teacher that's maybe not considered so great, it makes a long 2 years administratively, I can tell you that. But I do believe also it's good for students to have different personalities. In our society, you're dealing with different people, so if you're going to be a productive citizen, you need to have the training even as a kid to learn how to deal with different types of people.